Hey guys, welcome to the You and Ross YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of having a clean workspace around you and how it helps improve your productivity. If you're new on this channel, my name is Vedant Kaushik, and here we talk about lifestyle, productivity, books, and basically any and everything that I learn in my life that helps me be more productive. I just share it with you guys. And one of the things that I've learned over the course of the last few years making YouTube videos and basically spending most of my working time at my home and the desk that I work on. One of the better things that I've learned is that it is always better to have a clean workspace. And over the last year or so, since more and more people have started working from home, it has become even more important as home workspaces and people shift their works towards their home to essentially organize their workspace and make it an area, a space where they can feel productive all the time. And in this video, we're going to be discussing a few pointers that might motivate you to clean your workspace and organize your desk. And I can promise you it will help you be more productive. Let's begin. Alright, before I actually start giving you the tips to clean up your workspace, we have to first conceptualize what a workspace means. So a workspace does not only include your desk or your computers or your heaps of files. It also includes your desktops, your tablets, your mobile phone, the air conditioner remote that might be lying around. For example, right now I only have a few things on my workspace, but this entire area where I'm going to be spending the next few hours probably recording or editing my videos, this constitutes for my workspace. And according to a study that I read recently, an office employee typically spends 1.5 hours every day trying to find things. If you're a writer, you can write about 2,500 words in that time. I mean, just imagine how much time would you be able to save yourself if you did not have to constantly go looking for a charger or a pen drive or a pen that might be lying around you under bundles of papers. A clean workspace also helps you increase your productivity, and in a research done by Wire, 77% of the people actually confess to this fact that their productivity goes down the hill because their workplace is so cluttered. And if you bring a colleague in, or there's a prospective client that's coming to meet you and they realize and come to your workspace and see that's incredibly cluttered, they don't even have a space to place their hand on, that does not actually leave a good first impression in the minds of anyone. So, I mean, this was just an overview into why having a clean workspace is important. Now let's actually get down to the meat of the matter on how you can clean and organize your workspace. So the first step that you need to take to clean up your workspace, I know a lot of us do not work on papers anymore, but even if we do not work on papers, there might be papers, newspapers, or just random scribbled notes that you might have lying around. Gather them, organize them. The ones you need, just keep them in a file. The ones you don't need, throw them in a dustbin. If they're confidential document, keep a shredder around, rip them up and throw them. The second step that you need to do to organize your workspace is to clean up the stationery on your workspace, on your desk, because stationery just tend to occupy space. If you don't need a pen lying around, if you don't need 10 pens on your desk, push them away. And this is specifically for your physical workspace. We're going to move on to your virtual workspace, your desktops and your mobile phones in a minute. But if you have a lot of documents lying around you, make sure you organize them under two labels. One will be the documents that are of priority to you. Priority documents must be something that you might need to use in the coming week or the coming few days. If you organize them in the order of priority, you can store the ones that you do not need in a safe storage space, which might be near your workspace or which might be in an entirely separate space, but which is accessible to you. And once you clean up the physical space around you, the only other tip I'm going to give you is have a set space where you place your coffee mug, because I can promise you, I have a workspace where my coffee mug is always going to be on my left. I do not even have to look for it. There is a coaster lying around there. I just have to raise my hand, push my hand over there, and I have my coffee glass right now. But I can promise you, once you start doing these and having a set place for everything on your physical workspace, it becomes much more easier for you to just reach out and grab the thing that you need. You do not end up wasting time, because even if one thing is out of place, you do tend to lose focus. So that is all about your physical workspace. Of course, your desktop and your mobile phones also constitute for your workspace. So I have a couple of tips which come in handy for me, which might come in handy for you as well. Number one thing that we use in a workspace is documents and emails. It might take a lot of time and you might have hundreds and thousands of unread emails. Take a few hours out every day and clean up your inbox. I cannot tell you the amount of stress that goes out of my head the moment I have a clean inbox and no unread emails. The moment I have a desktop where folders are organized in the order of priority. I use I have so many external hard drives lying around, all labeled just for this purpose about if I need a certain amount of video, if I need a certain project, it will be transferred to the hard drive which I use on the daily, and the stuff that I do not need, for example, pictures and movies and previous documents, they're all stored safely in a separate hard drive and of course backed up on an online Dropbox or an iCloud folder as well. Because when you see a clean desktop and a clean file management system, not only does it give you a sense of clarity and comfort, free space also means your devices function more efficiently. Another rule for your virtual workspaces is that you should keep your electronic devices up to date at all times, because eventually your electronic devices also operate best when they are working on their maximum efficiency. I clean my physical devices every week. I mean, I have a microfiber cloth and a bunch of device cleaning liquid lying around here. Exactly there, it's right there, wait. Right here, I use this every week to clean up my phone, my laptop, my desktop, and I also keep the softwares up to date, because the more efficiently and the more productively your devices work, the better you perform in the task at hand. Okay, and these are the things that you can start off by doing to clean your workspace. There's another important tip which I would recommend to every single person who is working on a desk or working anywhere. Stop eating at the place that you work. Not only does it create an unmanageable amount of crumbs lying around everywhere. Imagine you drop off something on your desktop and the dust particle just mess up your device. That is the worst case scenario. But when you have something to eat on your workspace, you necessarily are mixing two areas of your life which should not be mixed. We have dining tables for eating. Go out to your dining table, go spend time with your family and eat with them, because not only will it give you the much needed break from work, but it will also keep your work and your private life fairly separate. I know it will be difficult to manage not eating on your workspace, but this is a tip that you should definitely incorporate in your life. The only other tip that I have for you to conclude this video is, if you can, just get some indoor plants around you. I mean, I do not have any in this particular room, but I have a terrace right outside where there are bounds of plants that my father has planted, and I just take a walk amongst them whenever I'm feeling a little tired after work. And if you can have a few indoor plants, they will actually help brighten up the space. But I mean, personally, I prefer a very minimal space, so I do not personally have a lot of plants here, but you do you. And ultimately, to conclude this video, having a clean workspace is actually going to help clear your mind. You will have enough space around you, you will have enough room around you, and trust me, it is better to not feel claustrophobic in the space that you work, because it directly affects the efficacy of your work and how productive you can be. Other than a clean desk, I think the final tip for this video is going to be that plan a to-do list. Just plan 3 tasks in the day that you want to achieve. It actually keeps you on track without overburdening you with a lot of tasks. And I think, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching it till the end. If you have any other tips about keeping a clean desk, please make sure you leave them down in the comments. And again, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We come up with this stuff fairly frequently on this channel, and thanks again. Yeah, that's for this one. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.